ComplianceForge sells editable cybersecurity templates that can save you hundreds of hours of work, which can allow your staff to prioritize the work you hired them to do rather than having them write documentation. When an organization needs to develop policies, standards, and procedures, there are generally 4 major cybersecurity frameworks that are used as a starting point. These include the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, ISO 27001 and 2, NIST 853, or the Secure Controls Framework. We offer editable and affordable documentation solutions for each of these frameworks. The Cybersecurity and Data Protection Program, or CDPP, is our framework-specific solution for policies and standards to address the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, or CSF, ISO 27001 and 2, or NIST 853. The Digital Security Program, or DSP, is our enterprise-class solution for the Secure Controls Framework, or SCF. The NIST CSF version of the CDPP is framework-specific. This means that the coverage for the policies and standards is limited to just what is found in the NIST CSF framework. You will find footnote mappings and an Excel-based crosswalk that clearly identify the applicable standards, as those map to NIST CSF controls. This is all done to help demonstrate your organization's alignment with that selected framework. The NIST CSF version of the CDPP is a set of cybersecurity policies and standards that are tailored for organizations that want to singularly align with the NIST CSF. Most often, we find this is either smaller organizations that are in an unregulated industry, or they simply do not need to address the more rigorous requirements found within ISO 27001 and 2 or NIST 853. The CDPP is an editable set of documentation that addresses the why and what questions in an audit, since policies and standards form the foundation for your cybersecurity program. More specifically, it provides the underlying cybersecurity standards that must be in place, as stipulated by your statutory, regulatory, and contractual requirements. The CDPP is written to be concise and understandable by non-technical individuals. There is no software to install, so if you can use Microsoft Word and Excel, you can edit the CDPP and customize the documentation for your specific needs. This is professionally written documentation that addresses leading secure practices, and it establishes the basis for your customization efforts. Since every organization has unique requirements and requires some level of customization on your behalf. In reality, we have done the heavy lifting for you, which allows you to customize the areas that only you would know, since they are specific for your business practices. The CDPP includes the policies, control objectives, standards, and guidelines. Procedures are not included within the CDPP and are a separate product, which we call the Cybersecurity Standardized Operating Procedures, or CSOP. If you also want procedures, we offer framework-specific versions of the CSOP, as well as discounted bundles where you can purchase both the CDPP and CSOP together for significant savings. Our CDPP follows a hierarchical approach to how the structure is designed so that controls map to standards, standards map to control objectives, and control objectives map to policies. This allows for the requirements to be logically arranged and everything is supported by a corresponding policy. Our goal is to make the CDPP as close to the easy button as possible. In addition to the core policies and standards that comes with the CDPP, it also comes with a wealth of supplemental documentation located within the Supplemental Documentation folder. This includes valuable documents like annexes, forms, and references. For each of our products, we provide example documentation that you can review so that you can see the level of detail and professionalism that went into creating the CDPP. To view the examples, navigate to the CDPP product page on the ComplianceForge website. Scroll to the Examples section, and there, you will see 2 side-by-side links to the example documentation. When you look at the cost of either hiring an external consultant or tasking your internal staff with writing your cybersecurity documentation, the cost comparisons make it clear that buying from ComplianceForge is the logical option. When compared to hiring a consultant, you can save months of wait time and tens of thousands of dollars. And when compared to writing your own documentation, you can potentially save hundreds of work hours and the associated cost of lost productivity. The CDPP is reasonably priced and is approximately 2% of the cost to hire a consultant or 5% of the cost for your internal staff to write equivalent documentation. When you consider your internal staff to generate comparable documentation to the CDPP, it would take them over 400 internal staff hours and cost at least $40,000 in internal staff-related expenses. This is approximately 4 to 8 months where your staff would be diverted from other work. On the other hand, if you were to hire a consultant to write the documentation, it would take them over 300 consultant work hours, which would cost at least $97,500. This is approximately 3 to 6 months of development time for a contractor to provide you with a deliverable. We process most orders on the same business day, which means that you can potentially start working with the CDPP the same day you place your order. Purchasing the CDPP from ComplianceForge offers these fundamental advantages when compared to the other options for obtaining quality cybersecurity documentation. The order process is very straightforward. We have a wide range of products as well as discounted bundles you can choose from. Once you identify what you would like to order, you include your company name and optional logo during the ordering process. You can check out online with a credit card or invoice option. Once we process the order, you will receive the order files via a secure download link. You can also request a quote online where you just select the Add to Quote option on the product or bundle page. We process most orders on the same business day, so that means you can potentially start tailoring it the same day you place the order. If you have any product-related questions, please let us know. We are more than happy to help answer any questions you have.